But after the show, nothing will ever be the same. Yeah. Let me tell ya, you got what it takes. Oh, honey, gotta raise the stakes, yeah. So are you ready for the big time? Ready for the spotlight? Are you gonna show the world just who you are? That's right. Did you ever think you would come this far? Close your eyes. It's a brand new day. Step into the future and let the past fade away. Millions of people will be screaming your name, but you end up alone. The price you pay for fame. Yeah. You will find out there is no turning back. 'Cause forever and ever you will ride this track. So are you ready for the big time? Are you ready for
Hey everybody, it's Dave. This is Davenports on Sports, episode 46.
Yes, thanks for joining us. That was Great White with Big Time off of the album Full Circle. And joining us tonight is the guitarist for Great White. Everybody, welcome in Mark Kendall.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Hey, thank you for coming on.
Good to be here. Thanks for playing our music. That's pretty cool, man.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get right into it. I would love to know what album or song that made you want to pick up the guitar.
Um, that's a pretty good question. Well, when I was when I was a real little boy, my mom was a singer, and my dad was a jazz trumpet player. So I used to listen to the music a lot. They had music going all the time in the house, and I kind of got into the melody and stuff. But it was actually a neighbor's band that I used to watch through this little side window in their garage, and that's what made me want to play. When I saw them playing and live, the bass player was playing with his teeth and all this stuff, and I was about 9 years old, and I went running home and asked my dad to get me a guitar. The first three albums he got was Cream, an album called Disraeli Gears, and Jimi Hendrix Experience, and The Doors. And I used to sing along with that, but if it had to be one song, the first song I ever learned was called For Your Love by the Yardbirds.
Yeah.
But I was playing, like, the first songs I learned was Gloria, Wipeout, Pipeline, and Secret Agent Man.
Nice.
I learned For Your Love, but I had this other guitar player friend, and all those guitar parts there was two parts on almost every song, so we kind of learned them together and went and played for my fourth grade class. So, but my dad got me, the first guitar he got me was a Spanish acoustic, just to see if I'd be interested. And I really didn't. I played it almost every day for like a year. And then he got me an electric guitar and an amp. And so I kind of learned from the neighbors, that played guitar, that were more advanced, obviously, than me, and learned chords and stuff. Never really took a formal lesson except for one when I was about 10. And the stuff he was showing me, I really didn't want to play. I probably should have learned it all, but they were like nursery rhyme, jingles or whatever. And I was already listening to Hendrix, you know what I mean? So I was like, I really don't want to play that. So I kind of learned by ear. I have an ear like my dad. My dad had a real good ear for music, and so it kind of, bled down, if you will.
That's awesome.
Well, we got into what started, your musical career. This day and age, who do you say your favorite artist or band is in the past 5 years?
There is a new band called Greta Van Fleet that we just played with a couple weeks back that I really like a lot because, they all play their instruments. They don't have any machines playing their stuff. It's just, three guys with a lead singer, bass player, guitar player, drummer are brothers, I guess, and then they got a lead singer. And you kind of hear the old school riffs in their music and stuff. You might hear a Zeppelin thing or whatever. So I kind of like that because it reminds me of us when we started in the garage. We wasn't so good, and we kind of got better from playing together. So I love that human element when people get together and play instead of a more machine orientated thing that's really, to me, not real in a way. I kind of like when a sound is created by people playing together, so as far as new bands, but I'm still an old schooler, I still like all my old heroes. I still listen to old ZZ Top and Johnny Winter and Deep Purple's earlier music. I still love all that. And a lot of the bands we toured with, like Judas Priest, Scorpions, Whitesnake, and, we've toured with a lot of bands. So I still like to hear their stuff, and, even old stuff like the Animals, I still dig all that. I even had the singer, Eric Burden, over for dinner one night because my wife knows his daughter really well. But my wife is quite a bit younger than me, like 16 years. So she had no clue about what a legend this guy was, And then, like, when he left, I played her the music, and she's going, holy God, I know all these songs, I'm going, yeah, this is, that was him, honey, I mean, he's telling me stories about Hendrix and, his girlfriend and Hendrix's girlfriend were like best friends, and tell me about when the Beatles and the Animals and the Stones all started. They all just played 1-4-5 blues stuff, not even songwriters. They're just playing Chuck Berry, and you know what I mean? That's the way those three bands started. They kind of started right around the same time. So they were influenced by, the old, black blues music. So it was really, I was thrilled to have that guy in my presence. We even gave him a doggy bag to take with him. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah. I'm an old school guy, but I like to see up and coming bands,
Not to interrupt you real quick, guys, but I called that, didn't I, Brandon, before the show?
I don't know how you did.
I
You
just
called Greta Van Fleet. I don't know how you did it.
we were going over our questions beforehand, okay? And I was like, I just got a feeling he's going to say Greta Van Fleet. I had something in my gut was telling me.
Well, they're a great new band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that's crazy that you said that.
Yeah, it's their music's really good. It's a very new band, and I just like it that they're making their own music and playing hard, and they're doing really good, and they're pretty humble for young lads, and we played with them, and they're really respectful to us, and we took pictures together, and I just like it because they're getting up there, they might be a little out of tune, or maybe they're in tune, it's just, I just love that, it's the same way Metallica started out and us, we came up at the same time, we weren't so good at first, and then we got better, I just like, I'm still a fan of that, I know it's the day the whole world has changed and we have all the modern technology and everybody's staring at their cell phones. But when a band comes up like a Greta Van Fleet, and, you just know they don't email each other their parts, they get in a room and jam, So I don't know. I just dig that. I think it's really cool.
Kind of sticking on like I know you guys have toured Kiss, Whitesnake, Scorpions, Judas Priest. The list goes on for you guys. What band did you have the most fun touring with?
I would say, God, it's really close with all of the bands, but one thing, like Judas Priest and the Scorpions both kind of took us under their wing, and we learned a lot from those guys. Mostly how to treat people, some of that kind of stuff. And, how important the time on the stage is, and you know, just things like that. Whitesnake was an awesome memory because, you know, we went platinum on that tour, you know, and also Twisted Sister, our very first gold record, was on that tour. So, you know, every band has like the moment in time, there's something special about it. You know what I mean? Because we're grinding it out. We came out of the backyards and clubs, and now we're playing arenas, and we're meeting our heroes, and we're playing with them. And, you know, we were like all ears, you know.
That's great.
We never thought we were cool. We just said, I'm going to listen to these guys, you know. They're doing something right. And so we learned a lot, enough to be able to, you know, pass it down to up-and-comers now.
So we're talking about you going on the road and everything. I got a question to ask. Why? This could be bad, I guess. I don't know. When you're out on the road, what is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure is drinking soda. I've been really trying to cut back on all that. I've been trying to eat right, and you know, I know that sounds kind of corny, but you know, I quit drinking years ago, and I kind of switched to Diet Coke, and just drank it like a crazy man. And so the past couple of years, I've gone vegan, and I'm, you know, treating myself a lot better. But every once in a while, man, I got to fire up a Coke. You know, something about those bubbles.
So you're out on the road, hard and long night, you know, show everything. Yours is you go back to the bus and bust open a Diet Coke.
Yeah. You
Nothing
know, I
wrong
just
with it.
get back in the back and sneak one, you know what I mean? And then if anybody sees me, I go, no, don't tell my wife, man.
Oh, there we go. Hey,
I'm
what
just
happens on the
kidding.
bus
No,
stays
but-
on the bus, right? I mean, they can't say you went and
Yeah.
drank a Diet Coke, right?
Yeah, no, that's the code of the road, man. It's got to stay out there. It's got to stay out there. You don't bring
Now, I
any of
know on
that
the
stuff
2012 album Elation, you stepped into the role of producer a bit. Did you enjoy that? And have you thought about maybe producing maybe as like a full-time gig someday?
Not really. I don't like the idea of producing yourself. We did do that record on our own, but I had way more enjoyment on our last album going back to Michael Wagner, who's an icon, who does this for a living, produces bands and records them, you know, sold over 100 million records, done every band from our era. And we were able to go into an environment where we it was exciting because we didn't know what was going to happen. And, you know, it just gave us tons of energy. And I prefer that. You know, it's hard if you're a painter to stand back and look at your own work and critique it. It's very difficult. I mean, we're able to kind of get away with it a little bit, but I prefer to have somebody that I can go, hey, was that okay? You know, what do you think of that? You know, and not have it be me. So I've helped bands, you know, I've produced a couple records. You know, I'm pretty good at fixing other people's music, but when it comes to my own, I get a little confused. But, or, you know, you always want it to be the best it can be. I try to do everything for a song that I can to make it the best it can be, but it's always good to have that objective, that person, you know, that you can bounce off of that's not in the band. And Michael Wagner was great, and he really made me feel at ease. He did our first album and our very first EP, but since he's done like Alice Cooper, Metallica, Ozzy, you know, all these huge records. And I didn't really know, you know, he wasn't the icon he is today back when he did our record. He'd only done Accept and like, I think a Dawkins demo or something. But, you know, I didn't know if I was going to be intimidated, but he made me feel like so comfortable. It was like, he's such a nice guy that it was really neat. But he comes up with so many great ideas that we wouldn't come up with. That's why it's good to have an outside ears, you know, a pair of ears to say, hey, why don't you try this and why don't you try that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not really a big fan of producing ourselves.
Well, I got a question for you. It revolves going back out on the road. When you're out on the bus, what town, like what city, do you guys look like most forward to go to?
Believe it or not, one of my favorite places, besides when we were up and coming and got to play the Forum, because that was kind of a dream to play where the Lakers played, in a band situation, because I saw so many shows as a teenager. But I believe it. I know you guys are out in Michigan or something. I think that's what you said. But Detroit has always been such not only produced so many legends, but it seems to have the ultimate rock vibe with the fans, and there's something real special about it. So when we play in Detroit, we usually have a great night, and we've had like #1 songs on the radio. You know, just a lot of good things have happened for us in Detroit. So that's definitely rates real high with me.
Yeah, I didn't know if any of the, like, if you played in any places, maybe in Indianapolis, that you really enjoyed in the Indianapolis area or what. So.
Yeah, well, we played everywhere, you know. Sometimes you don't even know where you're at. I mean, you know, when you're at a bus, it's just like, you know, point which way's the stage is, you know, what you're asking. And then we used to put duct tape with the name of the city just so we know where we were that night. You know, so when the singer, he wouldn't say, because one time we were in Belfast, Ireland, and the singer goes, "Hello, Dublin," by accident, and they're like in war with each other. So it's like ever since that accident happened, our crew would put a big white piece of duct tape and put where we are in front, right in the middle of the stage where the microphone, the singer is.
So that's
so
not
he
like.
Would just
Go ahead. I'm sorry. So that's not like a movie myth or whatever. I mean, that stuff actually
every band
happens.
has their Spinal Tap moment.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's like when you're playing 5 nights a week in arenas, you know, you can get confused after a while where you're at because, you know, the bus moves and maybe you didn't look at your itinerary or something, and
Sure.
you kind of wake up and you're at the arena and you go take a shower and you go, where are we at today? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's, you know, the main thing you're concentrating on is do everything you can so the time on the stage means something, you know, so whatever that, you know, it's been said that they pay us to travel, but we play for free. And a lot of that reason is the traveling is the only thing that's hard. You know, playing the show is the easy part.
I couldn't imagine. There's times I wake up and I don't even know what day it is. I couldn't imagine going city to city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
What's it?
Every day's like Saturday. Every day's like Saturday with us.
Can you talk a little bit about Mitch Malloy stepping in as the new lead singer?
Yeah, you know, Well, we had a singer in our band for a while. Actually, quite a few years, 7 years. And we were kind of growing apart a little bit. Nothing out of control, or there wasn't any like mega fights or anything, but just kind of, like a marriage going sour type thing. We just weren't excited anymore. And actually, I was on my phone one day. Well, first of all, Mitch Malloy, we had a part on our last album where Michael Wagner called in about, I think, 20 people to do this like gang shout, if you will. And Mitch Malloy was one of the guys that came down. He lives in Nashville. And so I saw him there. I didn't speak with him, but I saw him. Then on the cruise, sometimes on Once Bitten, Twice Shy, we have a bunch of people come up on the stage. Like we've had Y&T, we've had just all kinds of band members and stuff come up on stage and just sing the chorus. And Mitch he did that. So I seen him twice. And then I was on my phone one morning and I saw this Van Halen story where Mitch was in the band secretively for like about 6 weeks.
That's right.
And I go, wow, this is interesting because I not only grew up, I mean, I've seen Van Halen in backyards for $1, like when I was 16 years old. Seen him play junkyards and clubs, and I've never heard of Mitch Malloy in all those years. So I wanted to find out right away what this was all about. And it was about, I think, a 15-minute documentary. And I guess that was the transition after Sammy Hagar left the band. And they accepted Mitch in the band. But then I guess they did some MTV thing and David Lee Roth walked out on stage. And so Mitch kind of got disheartened with all that and ended up not doing it. But I heard a couple tracks he did with them. He did like Panama, and I think he did an original that Eddie gave him. And I go, wow, man, this guy's voice sounds pretty nice. So I listened to some of his solo music, and I was kind of blown away by his voice. So I called my keyboard player, Michael Lardy. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've been looking into that guy. And I go, what? He never even told me anything about this. And supposedly our agent had pitched him to Michael Lardy. So I was like, well, I just fell onto this by accident, but since you guys have been checking him out, I go, why don't we send him some old music, see if he's interested, and some new music, and see what his voice sounds like, with our music. And so we did that. He sent it back. It was flawless. It was killer. So he's pretty much in the band. We've done 15 shows with him. He goes out and totally does an amazing show live. He's totally comfortable engaging the audience, and he's right at home on the stage. He looks great. He sings perfect. So we're thrilled to have him.
Excuse me. I got a couple more quick questions for you. You're a Dodgers fan, correct?
I am.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. What's your fondest memory, or I guess what is your Dodgers moment that lives like in your mind?
Well, when I was 12 years old, that's when I really started paying attention, because I played baseball from 8 until I was 18. So those early years were really cool. With Don Drysdale and Sandy Koufax and whatever. I had tons of baseball cards. So that was pretty special to have all those baseball cards, shoe boxes full of them. One moment that kind of stands out, even though it's probably been, overtold, but I was driving home from a rehearsal, and I kind of stopped, and I was in front of this donut place because I was sweating. I believe it was Oakland and the Dodgers in the playoffs, and it was looking hopeless for the first game. And when Kirk Gibson hit that home run, the infamous double pump around second or whatever, I was like, I can't believe we won this game. I go, this is just a flipping miracle. That kind of stands out because I'm listening on the radio, and Vince Scully is really good at explaining what you're missing. Like you get pictures in your head. He's like Chick Hearn was in basketball. He really describes the game well, and he's going, like he almost fell down and he's limping on. He goes, it's one thing to have one bad knee, but when two go bad, it's like, he's talking about like the guy's basically crippled. And, he's up there with 2 strikes, bottom of the 9th, Casey's at bat type vibe. And when he hit that home run, I was just like, I was so dumbfounded. I could not believe that.
So
it's been 30 years. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're still talking about it. And it wasn't even like, it was the first game of the playoffs. It wasn't even like, in the World Series. It wasn't like Game 7 or, that's what I mean. It's probably maybe a little bit over talked about, but it was mind blowing. I mean, I attribute a little bit, at least with me, what made it kind of special was the guy was basically had no legs, and if you ever watched that swing, it looked like he almost stuck his bat out. I mean, it didn't even look like he swung hard. He just hit it perfect on the barrel. And I think it was it was a slider, but it looked like a hard slider. And I just think he just connected kind of perfect, so it was able to drive it out. But by no means was it like a great swing or, kind of like the ball hit his bat or something.
So I got a pretty serious question for you. Some of our listeners, they are poker players. Do you got any poker tips? I know you're an avid poker fan.
Yeah. Poker tips. I don't know. I've played live like quite a bit. I used to play on the internet. I've been in huge tournaments. Never finished super high. Got 23rd one time in a real big tournament, like where Phil Hellmuth and all the big names were in it. But the tip, I would say, especially the way the game's played today, really the only way to beat your table when you're gambling is with your chips. You have to be aggressive, and you got to be able to read people and know who the weak players at the table is, because if you haven't figured that out, and you're just waiting for huge hands all the time, you're probably not going to do good. So I would say kind of use your chips aggressively, like, stake your claim at the table, put some fear into some people. And if you get a big hand, bet it. Don't get beat by aces, a million ten. The worst thing you can do is have 3 or 4 players in a hand when you got pocket aces. So before the flop, throw a bet out there. If you get 2 callers, you got a pretty good chance of winning. But don't let people get in the pot cheap. And I would say, don't play limit. I mean, the game, you might as well stay home and flip coins for money or something, because nobody ever folds. It's just who's going to get the lucky draw. just play no limit. Even if you just play cheap no limit, like 1-2 no limit or something. But you have to be able to. If you're just betting 3 and 6 and 3 6, you know, at least for me, I don't like it.
Well, I say those tips for our listeners, but deep down is for me. Because I've played poker several times and I never win a hand. So if you're ever in the Indianapolis area and you want to win a quick $100, let me know.
Yeah, I love the game. You know, these kids today, you know, these millionaires that play poker, they're so good and so aggressive. You know, I just think that's really the only way you can dominate poker. You have to play with more aggression. I mean, you got to choose your spots, but you know, I like to charge people to get in a pot. I mean, I don't want to. You know, if there's chips out there, I want to get the chips. You know.
No, I fully agree. I'm just horrible with the strategy.
I've just been playing so long that I kind of, you know, I'm not saying I'm a great player or anything. I just learned the game. I kind of got an okay feel for it. You know, if I sat in a table with like Tom DeWan and Phil Ivey and all those guys, I'd have no chance. But I've like, you know, I've kind of learned. I think I'm a decent player. I'm better at pool though than poker, but
I'm horrible.
I like poker.
Well, all right, Mark. Before we let you go, I know we were talking before the show, and you kind of wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to a kid in the Oakland A's system.
Yeah, very good friends of mine, Terry and Danielle Brooks, have a son that's been in the baseball organization for a while. He's a really great pitcher. And he just got called up from AAA. His name's Aaron Brooks. And he got called up by the Milwaukee Brewers. But you know how it is today, free agency, crazy trades. You miss 2 games and you might not know who 3 players are. He almost immediately went off in some kind of trade deal to the Oakland A's. So he's pitching in the majors. You know, we're kind of thrilled for his family because he just had a baby, and I guess he's really worked on his game. He's really worked hard on his pitching, and he was kind of dominating in AAA. So really getting, you know, low ERA and, you know, getting a lot of attention. So it's really exciting for him and to be on the Oakland A's and everything. So we're just hoping that, you know, he has a long, killer career and he goes out there and kind of brings his practice game, you know, when he's under the heat. That really determines how good, you know, what separates great players from really good players is the great players can play under intense pressure. You know, I mean, how hard do you think it would be? You get called up from the minors, and if you choke, you might, you know, be serving hamburgers somewhere, or you're going to be a multimillionaire and, you know, never have to worry about anything the rest of your life. I mean, I really couldn't imagine that kind of pressure, you know, and it's so cutthroat that if you don't do good, maybe the first or second time out, maybe just the stars don't line up and things just go horribly wrong for you, and that ends your career. I mean, can you imagine? So that's why I'm really hoping that he does really well, you know, under all that intense pressure. So we'll see what happens. I'm praying for him.
That's awesome.
Aaron Brooks.
I'll definitely have to look him up.
All right, man.
Well, Mark, we appreciate you coming on. we definitely would love to have you back on whenever you'd like to. I know you're a busy
Sounds
guy.
good. Yeah, I'd be happy to come on. Just get a hold of our publicist, and she'll work it in and work it into your schedule and my schedule, and I'd be happy to do it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks, you guys.
Yes, have
You
a
do
great night.
show, and thanks for playing our music and stuff.
Hey,
Well,
not a
thank
problem.
All right.
Bye,
All right,
buddy.
bye.
Take care, guys.
Oh, that was a great interview. That was
Yeah,
great.
that's just awesome.
Yes. I've been like I said, we talked before the show. I here's the thing. I'm quitting my job tomorrow. I'm becoming a psychic.
You called Greta Van Fleet, which, dude, they're hot. I mean, they're from Frankenmuth, so you know when I moved up here, they were constantly playing them on the radio, and there's a little bit of Zeppelin in there. I mean, there's some people are a little too harsh of critics of the band, saying they sound a little too much like Zeppelin. They're just more of a throwback to me. They sound like real music. So
yeah, I agree. Well,
but no,
hey,
that was awesome.
yes, one of the best we've had so far. So it ranks up there. I'll say that.
It was amazing.
It was more than amazing. Hey, let's get right into it. You ready for the segment?
Let's do it.
Now it's time for Love It or Hate It.
It's that time of week. We're going to start talking some sports.
Oh God.
Yes, it's been a crazy
I know
week.
I know what's gonna happen.
What? How do you know? You're not supposed to know.
I called Cleo.
You called me. I'm the psychic now.
Called me now.
Do you think we can make a video with me like a snow globe in front of me? I'll wear a hat and
Sure.
Right? Okay. All right, let's get to the first one. Loving it or hating it? The Raiders, okay, cutting Manuel and Cook and picking up McCarron.
I thought EJ Manuel was playing really well. I thought he was playing fantastic. That's news to me. I knew they got McCarron.
Yeah, they have cut Manuel and Cook. So McCarron's the backup.
It was time for Cook. It was time for Cook. He came out of Michigan State. He didn't have great numbers there. He was more of a college quarterback, and they spent time with him. But I thought Manuel had a good preseason. He had a terrible preseason and season last year, but I don't know. That works.
It was just weird to me because the last preseason game he threw like 5 touchdowns or something. Like it might have been like 3. I don't know, but he did good. They were like, oh, this cemented him as a second, you know what I mean, second string, and then boom, he's gone.
Yeah, I just assumed. I assumed he was going to be the number 2 guy come, Monday night. That's a little disconcerting a little bit.
Yes.
I hate it.
Okay, SB Nation out of LA. Okay, they put out a piece today saying these 3 free agents are some that the Lakers should stay away from. They are Dwayne Wade, Jamal Crawford, and Chris Bosh.
I agree. Bosch has been out of the game for too long. He's been out at least a year, if not 2 now. Wade is past his prime, and I kind of see him staying overseas. What was the other one? Jamal Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're past. I love it. They should stay away from those guys. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
But they need to do something. The Lakers need to do something.
They're not doing anything, though.
I know. I don't like it. I don't like this future crap. We're building for the future. You have LeBron, and he's in the twilight of his career. I don't care how great he is. He doesn't have 10 years left to play, okay? Let's win. Jesus.
All right, let's hit the big elephant in the room, okay? You ready?
All right.
The Browns going above 500 this year. We did one the other day, or a couple weeks ago, about the Colts. What about the Cleveland Browns?
Above 500, you're saying 9-7?
Yeah, well, sure. Above.
Well, that's above 500.
Yeah.
You said above. So no way, man. Hate it. That's not going to happen.
Okay. Now
That would be a 9. That would be a 9-game of improvement.
Now this one didn't really hit headlines or nothing. I mean, so you might not have heard. Okay. So if not, if you haven't heard, it's all right. We'll change it. It's my bad. It's kind of obscure. Okay. Mac to the Bears.
I thought this was all just a ploy to get Mac to sign. Obviously, I woke up, whatever it was, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and it was like, it's the first thing I seen. I wasn't even out of bed yet, and I was like, Khalil Mack to the Bears, and I'm just fucking sick. But the only thing that cushioned the blow a little bit is seeing how much money he got. I think they overpaid for him. That's the only thing I can say. I would want him still on my team, but $90 million guaranteed. Oh.
Yeah, I woke up to like breaking news on my phone. I didn't realize you'd already tagged me into it. You know what I mean? Into all that stuff. You know what I mean? The news alerts on Facebook. So I had texted you. Then I got onto Facebook and I was like, "Oh shit, he's already seen." It was just crazy. It shocked me.
Yeah, I hate it, and I know the Raiders. Okay, they get a first-round pick in 2019 and 2020. 2020, they get a third-round pick as well. 2019, sixth-round pick. But they also gave the Bears a second-round pick in 2020, and that didn't make any sense at all. They pretty much gave them a pick back. I hate it, man. Of course I would. Of course, I love my Raiders, and I hate, once a Raider, always a Raider to me, but I hated to see him go.
Okay, and now this is the more personal one, gets really into your heart and soul. Love it or hate it? Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. I like Dustin Hoffman.
So you love it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to knock the guy.
Okay.
Straw Dogs, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Trying to think here. Midnight Cowboy. Love that movie.
Okay.
John Voight is the shit in that as well. Yeah, I mean, he's cool. He's not my cup of tea. I like guys like Dennis Hopper, more the rebel style guys. But no, man, Dustin Hoffman's cool.
I just opened up the phone line, so tell us what you think.
Did Dustin Hoffman do something bad?
Yeah.
What'd he do? Are they making Hook 2?
Yeah. It stars Air Bud.
Oh, God.
He's in the new Air Bud movie.
He's making Rain Man 2.
Oh, my God. He took it there.
Whew. Dude, the Mac thing, man. That's a lot. 6-year, $141 million, $90 million guaranteed. Man, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, they paid Carr pretty damn good, too.
Yeah, and he's quarterback, but
I know, but look how injury prone he's been.
I agree. Raider Romo. But Mac, I feel, and I'm not afraid to say it, I thought Khalil Mack was the best player on our team.
I can't argue with that.
Just like, let's go like 10 years ago. I was never afraid to say the best players on our team 10 years ago was probably Janikowski and Leckler. Our kicker and our punter were our best players 10 years ago. It is what it is, man. I hate saying that, but Mac was the guy. They better step up Gruden saying, he didn't have anything to do with it. Well, then he should have had something to do with it.
Yeah, why? There's rumors going around that Gruden didn't like Mac. I mean, was it a Gruden call at the end of the day?
We'll never know. Chucky.
I don't know. I'm going to just say this. I'm not saying he is, but it seems like ever since Gruden's came back, it's one of two things. He's either sabotaging the organization. I mean, I don't know. And he's making moves that don't need to be made.
Yeah, I'm just holding my breath.
We were talking when he came back, we were talking playoffs this year.
Yeah, well, and I thought before this Mac move, I thought the Bears were going to be drastically improved. Like I was really going to watch them. I thought they were going to be this good young Jacksonville style team that's going to make some noise. Now there's a little bit of pressure on them. They should make some noise.
Without a doubt they should.
With an aging Aaron Rodgers and the Lions who are always, just kind of sitting there, and the Vikings, who knows? It's kind of open a little bit.
I don't know. Well, I think it's a bad move on their part.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Raiders' part.
Yeah.
And it's a great move. I would give up 2 draft picks for him.
Now, I'm not going to include them in this week's Idiots of the Week, which is coming up here later on. But they're pretty damn close.
I almost had them, but it was too harsh. It's a business, and I don't know. He's 2 years removed from being the Defensive Player of the Year. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Nothing does in the NFL, does it?
And it's for the future. Dude, how are you going to sell tickets in Las Vegas with Derek Carr? Jordy Nelson's old. Fucking Yeast Mode is old. Marshawn Lynch. These guys may not even be there when they get to Vegas. So it's going to be Carr and Cooper. You needed Mac. They needed Mac just for star power and to sell tickets alone in Vegas, I think.
But again, they weren't going to give up that $90 million. You know what I mean?
It's all about the money. They should have. Swallow your pride.
No, time out. You just said they overpaid him.
The $90 million guaranteed is pretty rough. When I seen that, a part of me became less devastated because that's $90 million is a little too much to be guaranteed, I think. And I know Donald got 84, 86. It was just for that position, you're going to get nicked up and banged up, and it just, time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what the future holds.
So pretty much is the Raiders are getting 2 picks in the first round. The next 2 years.
Yes. And it's not even, and like you said, there's an upside with the Bears. It's going to be a late round pick. Which,
exactly.
That could still benefit them. It just depends on how the cards fall. But, I don't know.
Yeah, but just I feel like either way, from a football standpoint, it makes no sense. And then if you try to go the business route and think of that, it makes even less sense because you got to market that team to Vegas. You're going to bring a bunch of bums. The Raiders were on their way up, Yeah. And now they're it's like up in the air. What are they now? We'll find out Monday night when they face the Rams. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we'll see. Now the games count, so.
Chucky.
Chucky.
So we're only 2 days away. We got Falcons Eagles Thursday.
Yes, it's like fucking it's here.
Bears play the Packers Sunday. That ought to be something. It's gonna be. We finally got the storylines we've been wanting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
It came at a shitty cost.
yeah, exactly. That's the truth. Is that your 2 cents?
That's my 2 cents.
That's a little throwback.
That's right.
So, okay, we were talking before the show.
We were.
You were talking about what's up with The Rock?
Oh, this is the most random story of the week. So, dude, I like The Rock. I don't give a shit. Like, he could club a seal. I'm like, oh man, fuck that seal. But so The Rock shared some photos on Instagram of he went to the Georgia Aquarium and he posted pictures of like him with a sea lion. Like of course he's The Rock. He gets to go down. He's like shaking fins with a beluga whale. All of the comments, they called it dad shaming or dad slamming. They were like, how can you post pictures of an aquarium? It's a penitentiary for animals, and it's a prison. How dare you go there and glorify an aquarium or a zoo? And I'm just like, is this where we're at? Is this really where we're at?
Yes. I just want to know one thing.
What?
When did The Rock and me shake hands? You said he shook hands with a beluga whale. Okay. I do not remember this.
That's why I don't shave clean. If I shaved my entire body, I'd look like a beluga whale.
I did one time. The wife shaved my upper torso. Went to the beach. They thought I was a beached whale. It was horrible.
They were throwing little fish at you.
Yeah, they were trying to feed me. Kids were kicking me. It was horrible.
I would have showed them my blowhole.
You would. You would.
I would.
God.
I just how weird is that though? This one, okay, here's I'm going to read a comment. It's a prison camp. Open your eyes and your heart. No animal wants to willingly be there. Captivity kills. Shame on you for this.
Well,
really?
Look, okay, I'm going to just say this. I'm sure that T-bone steak didn't want to be up in front of my plate. But guess what? It is. I mean, why? People just want to complain. Let's just say this. We're not going to get any pita sponsors.
Maybe pita bread.
Yeah. Well, no, it's healthy.
It's good, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, I love that stuff. I like wraps and shit.
Is that like gyro bread?
Yeah. There's an awesome Euro place in town, actually.
I couldn't think of something smart ass to say. I was trying to think, but
hey, let me spit this out there real quick.
okay.
We got the t-shirt winners.
Yes.
I've commented on the post to let everybody know, but Chris Melvin, Gary Reeves, who has already got a hold of us, Oscar Manzano, Thomas Bush, Mike Luby, Monica Gonzalez, and Jasmine. So everybody who did a large one.
I wouldn't fit in a large, so I couldn't do it.
So I got a large floating around. I'm gonna have to dump.
Maybe we can do a special raffle for that.
Super special.
Yes. First person to send us a picture shaking the hands of a beluga whale, it's yours.
Yeah. Send nudes.
Send nudes. Yes.
It's lit.
Okay, I'm going to just say something about our interview earlier.
Okay.
When I asked about the guilty pleasure, I thought he was going to be like, like something like rock and roll-ish. Diet Coke, it kind of threw me off a little bit. Not judging.
Well, I mean, what did you expect?
Like, I figured like, some like McDonald's.
He's a crafty veteran now. He knows how to. That's why I've always appreciated. I feel like Look, if a band can stick around like Great White does, they have to be great live. That's how I've always like some old band like that's hung around and they're still touring. You know you're going to get a good show because the guys who still party like that don't make it. They're not touring. You know what I mean?
I'm not judging. I was just saying. I figured he's gonna say something like,
You thought he was going to murder a virgin or something?
No,
virgin
no.
blood, bathe in
Like,
virgin blood.
it was just it was funny that it was just simple as like a Diet Coke. It wasn't like, going to McDonald's and grabbing a couple cheeseburgers and hanging out on the side of the. You know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, just Diet Coke. I thought it was cool. I thought it was
Hey,
cool.
Your dad says he wears large.
Well, we'll sell him one for $99.99.
So if you can shoot me their address, I'll send one out. I got to go pick up another envelope, but I'll shoot one out.
Why? Hey, I want to picture that damn beluga whale and him shaking hands.
Of The Rock?
No, of Dad. shaking hands with the beluga whale. I don't want nudes.
Send nudes.
Oh my god.
Dude, can we talk about the Eminem real quick?
Yes, let's do it.
Why is everybody freaking out about this?
It's diss track, man.
People are like, their heads are exploding.
Okay, this day and age is like totally different. Listen, I was never quote unquote into the rap game. But like now with social media and with like how quick they can just, pop out these songs. Like he did a Eminem did a diss track to this Kelly dude. R. Kelly's cousin or whatever.
Right. Kelly Nelly Machine Gun.
Yeah. Then he does a diss track to Eminem. Then like 12 hours later, it's set up. It is. These two are just like, listen, we're going to act like we have beef. People's going to love it. Because, they're popping them out so quick. They're popping them out like some people have babies. Bam! It's just...
there's a lot of people talking about it. So I actually listened to it. And I don't know. I don't get it. So I'm not saying I don't understand rap or hip-hop. He's sold worldwide almost 250 million records. You don't think he's good or something? I'm like, you think you found a little treasure here or something?
Well, like, here's the thing. I'm not a big, I don't own Eminem's albums, okay? I respect the guy because he makes a ton of money off his songs. I mean, all these rappers are saying he's like the man. He's the best rapper ever. Why would you go after him? You know what I mean? Like, why would you... I don't see the point of it.
You mean going after Eminem?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally would. Machine Gun Crippler, the Canadian Crippler, Machine Gun Kelly, he's smart, man, because he's piggybacking on the success of this album that's like blowing up. I would have fucking recorded it 5 minutes after I heard it. He gets to piggyback on it.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think we could do a diss track? We could, couldn't we? We could get a beat. I could get a beat going. You could do the rapping.
Well, I mean, we have Alexa, so you just say, Alexa, give me a beat, and she gives you a beat.
Yeah, okay, so we got that.
Yeah.
Who are we going to diss, though?
Well, we would do Duggar, wouldn't we?
Yeah, or like LeVar Ball. We could be anybody. And we go Duggar. I'm fine with Duggar.
Yeah, we could diss multiple people in just one track.
Yeah. But what's your rap name going to be? We got to figure this stuff out, man.
Mayo.
Mayo?
Yeah, Mayo.
Why Mayo?
Mayo. White?
You're white?
Mayo.
Oh my god. I don't even know where to go.
What are you going to go as?
Well, I'm not doing the diss track. I'm providing the beats.
Tom Hanks Jr.
Yes. I'm gonna wear khaki pants and a flannel shirt.
No, we should go like Snickers and fucking Almond Joy and M&M.
Yes. Oh shit. Okay.
Payday.
Let me think here.
They
Can
call
I-
me Payday because I'm straight nuts.
Can I be Squirt Gun Dave? Squirt Gun Dave. Squirt Gun Dave.
Super Soaker D.
Super Soaker D. Yes. You know we're gonna have to work on this, and we're gonna have to.
This track.
I think we could do it. I think it's easier said than done. All right, it's gonna be easy to do.
I agree.
I mean, we could do this. I'll get a beat set up. We'll talk. Maybe we can get some. I don't know who we're dissing. We're dissing everybody.
That's right. As long as we can't get sidetracked and beat other things.
Well, that's where I was going to get my
online.
beat. Yeah, well, what's X Hamster doing up?
Right. What is this a hub of? Is this what hub?
Huh?
Yeah,
Wait a
who?
minute.
Dog fart.
John Holmes, what?
Hey, 46 episodes in a row, guys.
I set it up. We had to get there. God. Oh my God. This has been a fun show. Right?
It's been great. I don't want to talk about Colin Kaepernick.
No. Mayo, I don't.
Yeah, that's right.
We gotta come up with something better, Mayo.
I like Mayo.
We gotta have like the letter
Mayo D. Mayo D.
Yeah, Mayo D.
B Mayo. B Mayo. Mayo B.
Mayo B. Yes.
B Diddy.
B Diddy.
Yeah.
It's Squirt Gun D. Yeah.
I can't go D Diddy because they think I got a stutter. Diddy. Yeah, I don't understand the whole Kaepernick thing. I feel like anybody who pays attention to it, I mean, who gives a shit? Fuck that guy. I don't care what he does, who endorses him. It don't affect me one bit.
That's the thing. Everybody's freaking out. Here's the thing. I don't buy Nike stuff anyways.
I buy whatever fucking fits.
Yeah, I mean, listen. When I gotta go to the big and tall store, if I can find a shirt, I'm wearing it. I don't know. I'm not even getting into that.
Right. We're not. So
well, you kind of brought it up.
I know I can't I have to just like if he endorses
We lost. I think we lost the Brandon. He left the call. B Mayo has left the call. He'll be coming back, I'm sure. So we might even have to diss track Google now because this happens a lot for us. But no, the Colin Kaepernick thing we're not going to get into. It's too political. We stay away from it. You know, it's what it is. I don't care. You know, the dude's not playing because he just sucked in the NFL. But what do I know?
Kaepernick's listening.
We lost you. I think he's here and he's taking you out. B Mayo.
That's right. B Diddy.
We're gonna have to do a hate track now, or what is it called? A diss track.
Diss track.
You know, here's the thing. Back in my day, all right, we didn't release diss tracks. We shot each other.
Jesus.
I mean, it's true though, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I'm speaking the truth.
I got dissed right off, dude.
Yes, you did. Squirt Gun D couldn't help you there. Okay. Diddy. Hey, so since Google's acting all stupid and like an idiot, do we want to do the idiot of the week now?
Yeah, let's do.
It's time for this week's
I'm a nice man.
idiot of the week.
And we got a couple great ones.
Dude, I was on the fence about mine. I was like, so I'll just cut off the name, and then that.
I did the one you sent. So I'll let you go first this week. I'm gonna put up the image in 3, 2, and then you got to talk about it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2.
Look at this beautiful, wonderful, works great, little cracked, just a little cracked MP3 player. $20, guys. Holland, Michigan yard sale, baby. Look at that.
It's a joke, right? No, right?
It's, dude, there's people on there to be like, oh, it's earrings for $1. It's like, come on. Go fucking pet your cats and fucking just get offline.
What's wrong with cats?
Well, you know what I'm saying. We have a cat, but guy said cats, plural.
True. So wait a minute. So am I going to be the weird cat people if I get another cat?
No. I don't think so. I think you can have 2 cats, maybe.
Is it 3 when it goes south?
I think so. And
Okay.
I think it matters if you're married, single, have kids.
Yeah, because well, I mean, Amanda can have a cat and I can have a cat. So I mean,
Right.
Technically, we each have a cat.
Double the puss.
So $20, $20. Did you buy it?
I'm thinking about it. I'm on the fence. I'm not sure. It works great.
You should have messaged him, and we could have put the message up. But like, yeah, I'm interested.
Well, if he has the new Kamikaze album by Eminem on there, I'll probably go ahead and get it.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
So there's my idiot of the week, the ass
All
man,
right.
if you will.
My idiot of the week, it's not one person. Here's the thing, I hate saying this because they're my favorite. But mine has to go to Dunkin' Donuts. They accidentally serves Philadelphia Eagles World Championship cups. Guess where at?
Boston.
Bingo! They were supposed to go to Philadelphia, and they didn't. Now, if you work for that Boston Dunkin' Donuts, and you open them, wouldn't you be like, "Meh, wait a minute. Meh, maybe not."
It would be the equivalent of the Broncos winning the championship and you working in Oakland. I would fucking burn them. I would have taken them back out back and burnt them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If it was like a national, like, nationwide thing, that's one thing. I get it, you know what I mean? But this was just specifically for Philadelphia.
Yeah, how do you mess that up?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts, you're my idiot of the week. But I will be there tomorrow to get my coffee.
It seems almost intentional, right?
No, right? Yeah, but why would they? It's publicity.
It's because they almost have to serve it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ship it, you got to deal with it.
Listen, B Biddy, I got a question.
Yeah, what up, dog?
We need to,
That shit.
we need to send some of our merch to somebody, and be that way they can do it. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, okay. I don't know who we're going to send it to. I mean, we're going to diss everybody.
Right. Are we going to say, you want me to send the shirt to ESPN?
Yeah, that or like Barstool, just send it to them. Like, here you go.
Oh, God.
That would be funny. That would be fucking hilarious.
I'm going to work on my rhymes.
I am too. We got to think. Who are you dissing in your lines?
I'm not sure who I'm going to diss yet.
Hey, we got
I
to.
can't diss Duggar
No.
because then I'll be most hated, yo.
So we got to go. We're going out to the big corporations. All right. You know, maybe even Eminem himself. We don't know.
You go right ahead, dude.
We're gonna. You know what I imagine in my head?
What's that?
That Tosh.0 episode where that kid has like that gun. Him and that other kid has a gun, and they do that
God.
rap video.
Froggy Fresh.
Yes. Oh my God. I wish I'd probably get us muted, but I'd almost play it so people could kind of hear a sample of how ours are going to be.
If anybody wants to listen, they just hit Froggy Fresh. It's he and Moneymaker Mike.
Do you have their album?
No, but I've heard like probably a dozen of their songs.
They have a dozen?
Oh, he's got albums. He tours.
No.
Yeah, they were just in Grand Rapids.
What?
Yeah, I forget what he used to be called, but he had to change his name, and now he's Froggy Fresh.
You understand? We're gonna have to quit our podcasting once we do this diss track. We're gonna be famous, right? I mean, right?
You think so? I'm writing a rhyme, dude.
Yo, I'm gonna say yo a lot. Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this on the air. We're gonna get kind of the beat going. You're gonna
Not right now.
do the thing.
Nah.
Come on. Give me a little beat.
Don't Kaepernick me.
I am. Oh my God. We're doing. We got to do this. We said it.
I know.
Hey, and we do got some special. I'm not going to say names, but we got some special interviews coming up.
We do actually. I forgot about those.
So, you want to say the names? That's on you.
I don't want to say the names. I don't want to give anything away.
Just everybody listen. They're going to be coming up here in the next few weeks too. So, just keep your pants on.
I've got the perfect idea for a diss track. I can't say it on the air.
Well, we need to go because we got to discuss this diss track.
Yes.
So, are you good?
I'm good, man.
Okay. Well, do you want to do the outro?
Sure. Just a big thank you to Mark Kendall again. Awesome to have him on the show. And we'll leave you with some more Great White. Here is I'm All Right off the Full Circle album.
Thank you all for listening.
See you guys.